John Sanders, and I still have my eye thing, okay? And I feel really, really bad about it, but, I got a fix for it, okay? This will be like this until Wednesday, all right? Where it looks like I'm just constantly just winking at you. Like, wink, wink. No, it is what it is, all right? But it's like an allergy thing I have like once a year. But I have a fix for it, and here's the fix, okay? Tell me if you guys like this fix. Are you ready for this thing? There you go. So now when I'm talking, I can just act like this guy, and I'm kind of like a white dude now. I don't know. You guys like it? I mean, that's about how much I talk. I just like constantly just like yap, 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 yap my life. But yes, anyways, speaking of yapping, all right, everyone kept talking about one thing only, so I might as well just get it off the table. Okay, and that thing, of course, is Groundhog Day. No, not Groundhog Day. It is Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic and De'Aaron Fox got traded the same day. They are both drafted the same day as well. And I guess a big reason for this is because they were set to get paid like $350 million next year by the teams. And the teams were like, yeah, it's a lot, so you got to leave early. But Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis got traded for one another. This does not help the Lakers. It could possibly help out the Mavs, but it could help the Lakers in the future. I don't know what I think about it, but it is pretty crazy. I just had to mention it because everyone's mentioning it. So if you don't mention it, you're in trouble. So yes. So let's just get started with the show, because I don't want to talk about this because my Lakers might suck for a while, but people are going to watch us, so we're going to get some revenue for the NBA, which is, I guess, kind of cool. I don't know. Or maybe Luka might start acting like LeBron off the court, where he's like excessively taking care of his body. And a Luka Doncic who's like in shape all the time, we don't know what that looks like. I know that Shaq notoriously was always out of shape because he was like so big, and it actually probably like helped his career that he was like kind of not in shape. But Luka, he's not that big, so it's not gonna like save him from injury by being out of shape. That doesn't make sense for him. So him being in shape might be a great thing, but great enough to overcome them not having a great big man, I don't know. And like, they do have Dalton Connect. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got. Quote of the day, whatever. All right, quote of the day today is be humble. All right, no, not like Kendrick Lamar, be humble. I think he just got a lot of awards last night. Man, we're hitting on all cylinders today in terms of entertainment industry. But yes, be humble in terms of like how you personally roll. All right, you want to, dude. I think humility is an enormous thing. But we talked about it last week. It's two things. You do want to be humble, but you also want to be cocky. But you want to balance those things and use those things when you need to use those things. So when it comes down to how hard you should work in the off season, or how hard you should work in general, you should be humble. You should be like, oh my God, I'm not as good as I want to be. Even like, heck, I suck. I need to work twice, 10 times harder than everyone else. You need to think that way. You can't be like, nah. I deserve to be on that team. I do as much work as they do. I'm as good as he is. No. You have to be 3 times better. 3 times better to deserve the same thing. So have humility in that way. But the same thing, be a little cocky in terms of like, hey, I ain't the worst. And heck, I can do this. I can do anything that you can do like that. You want to be like cocky like that. So you want to be humble when you need to be humble. I think that's a better way to say this. So yes, be humble, but also be a little cocky, okay? All right, but only when those things best suited. Don't be humble when you're backing down to the defender or an offensive player on the other team. Nah, that's a wrong time to be humble. And don't be cocky when it comes down to like, hey, I'm not gonna work out tonight, I'm good enough. No. So it's be humble in a timely manner. All right. Anyways, moving on. We got the stuff that we're doing today. All right. That's the stuff today. That's the homework over there. If you happen to be doing the homework, that would be a very, very nice thing. That'd be a cool thing. All right. But this is all the stuff that we're doing this Wednesday, so you can get ahead of it. That's what you're supposed to be doing. All right. That's the gist of everything right there. Do the homework. All right. Which is this stuff that we're saying to do right now. Do the monthly homework, which for this month. For the month of February, I don't even have to look in the book. I already know what it is because it's push-ups. It's actually the first one. Is it the first one? it's the first one since I got coins that I was like, you guys should do push-ups this month. All right, you want to do push-ups for the month of February. All right, and how many should you do? Well, how many does the book say? All right, the book says to do either 10, 25, or 50 push-ups every day for the entire month, either consecutively or within an allotted time. All right, that's easy enough, man. So do push-ups because you want to get stronger. You want to get you do need strength. Part of the reason I can beat most of you guys one-on-one is because I'm tall, but even if you're as tall as I am, I would still beat you. I'm not fast anymore because I'm old. I beat you because of strength. Old man strength. Old, I messed up man strength. All right? So you have to get stronger. It's a great way to be good at basketball real quick. So one of our best stories is someone doing the homework. It was Jerry. He got really strong and he could do these push-ups where he could jump in the air and do this double clap thing. And I was like, or Superman push-ups. He would fly his hands out. I'm like, dude, Jerry. He's a little Asian guy. By 9th grade, he got really, really strong. I'm like, how'd you get so strong? He goes, by doing what you told me to do. I'm like, I told you to do it. What did I say? He goes, in 5th grade, you told me to do 25 push-ups a day. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, so I've done 25 push-ups every day. I was like, wait, what? I remember telling you that, but I tell everyone that. No one ever does that. He goes, yeah. I was like, you don't do more? He goes, not usually. I was like, what? He was so strong. Push-ups add up over time. All right, they make it stronger, and it's in the best way. Other homework would be fake behind the back, 3-decision drill, Reddick chase drill, ankle breaker crossover, penetrate and fill drill, sprint dribble, cone touch. These are all the things that we're doing on Wednesday. But today, what we got here is judgment shots. Judgment shots, we're going to be in groups of 3. You pass the ball to the shooter, he shoots the ball, and you tell him whether he extended his arms or not, or you tell him whether his elbows in or not. We will tell you what to tell them, and you have to correct them. All right, you either say yes or no. We pick we pick 2 of the 10 different things that you can say about a shot, and we say, you say this, you say that, and then you guys correct them. But then when it's your turn, make sure that you're doing it correctly, because you don't want to be a hypocrite. You just corrected them, so you might as well do it right. So that's why we call it judgment shots, and it works to focus on these intricate details of your shot. Not so much the shot going in, but these intricate details. And then we have the 7-minute shooting, which our top time is 43. No one's ever beat 43. For our kids, I believe it's 31 or 32, 33. I think 33. Kieran got 33 one time. Let's see what you guys can get for the 7-minute shooting. Cops and Robbers is a great game to practice your fast break layups and to practice your chase down blocks. Pump fake to escape dribble. This is you being like Klay Thompson right here with the pump fake, a quick escape dribble, and then shooting shots. Then we have battle ropes and backboard alley oops. All right, these are all the things that we're doing to get a sneak peek at that stuff. Watch it real quick, like. Spin the ball out, stand on the side right there. He will be judging one aspect of his shot. We can switch what these aspects are, but for the time being, we're going to have this guy who's looking straight ahead. He's going to judge whether he has his elbow underneath the ball and his knee underneath the elbow and his foot underneath the knee in a straight line. So he'll say yes or no. For this side guy right here, he's going to judge to see whether his upper body and his lower body extend at the same fluid rate, as opposed to extending and then shooting, or shooting then extending. They should match. All right. Other things that we can do are: is he on his tippy toes for his shot? Does he extend all 4 extremities? We can basically substitute in any aspect of the shot possible, but these 2 will judge him, and then they will rotate. Go ahead. Here's Sean Smith doing the 40, his 43 score for the 7-second shooting. This is a great drill. Make 20 lays, make 5 in a row from the elbow, and then make your 3-pointers. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but understand that it's on our website. You can see it. We're done. easy, fun drill. We did it when we were younger. It's a great drill, though. You should be doing it. What's up, Josiah? If you're here, check it in the comment section so that I know that you're here. Let's watch the rest of them. For that backward alley-oop to your partner, that one's pretty straightforward, but to yourself, watch your steps. We want to make sure that you are well coordinated within that step and doing it all like in a logical fashion where you're not like stuttering too much, you aren't throwing the ball over your head. You're understanding the flow of things and keeping everything within the same fluid pace, just like our shots, but this time for our throw off the backboard to ourselves. And the reason that we do these is so we can get better at not just alley-oops, of course, that's kind of silly, but to get better at rebounding, to get better at like passing, it's to get better at a slew of things, and especially your athleticism and your coordination. Who's been doing the homework? You are what you do, not what you say you do. All right, we got all three playlists revving up. All right, we just added a few people right there. We got Wes, we got Mello, we got Blake Bastani, we got Henry. All right, and then the rest are from too far long ago. All right, make sure you guys are doing homework, not just to avoid runs, but just to actually get better, to actually improve. All right, we've had a long route in terms of our trivia question. For not even this month. We're talking about last month's trivia question because now we are in overtime. And we got Josias and Austin leading the way, 4-4. Everyone else has 1. All right, you can still win this thing. Everybody can still win this thing because we're going to 5. All right, no one wins the coin until we get to 5. All right, so here we go. Today's trivia question. I think it's an easy trivia question, but I tried to word it in a hard way. All right, we'll see how I did. All right, good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. The trivia question today is, drum roll please, famously dunked on by an NBA pro. This first round draft pick never played in an NBA game. What? What kind of wizardry is that? Oh, is that like a riddle? I mean, kind of. I mean, dude, you might as well get this one etched in stone because ain't no one answering it today. All right, I'll ask again next week. I'll already tell y'all. All right, I did this one. I killed this one. This is the trivia question that will stump all y'all. All right, it's easy too, I promise. All right, famously dunked on by an NBA pro. This first round draft pick, someone was drafted in the first round, never played in an NBA game. Yet he got dunked on by an NBA pro. Famously dunked on by an NBA pro. This first round draft pick never played in an NBA game. You have until the end of the show to answer. Anyone can answer it. You win the $50 if you answer this. Good luck to all you guys out there. The winner, if it's Josiah or Austin, you guys win for the month of January. If it's anyone else, will continue this overtime period. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Commercial time. my God, you got it right. I really thought I had you. Yes, the answer is Frederick Weiss, and that means that the winner for the month, it's Austin Maxon. Great job. We owe you a coin, Austin. If your dad doesn't have one, I will give one to you. Resetting it all for now. We're starting the month of February. Austin was the winner. Great job to Austin. I can't believe you got that question right. But yes, he was famously dunked on by Vince Carter. And he was dunked on in the Olympics. So it wasn't the NBA. He was the first round draft pick by the Knicks, I believe, and never played because he was basically so embarrassed by the dunk. All right. And it's so random. It's very, very random, his career. But he played overseas. Had a kid with autism, so he does some autism stuff in his life. I don't know. He's lived a good life, but he did get dunked on pretty viciously. Let's check the story of the day.
When challenged to do something out of your nature, be proactive by 1, asking for help so that you're held accountable. 2, start with baby steps and then slowly increase your load. And 3, constantly envision the end result and proving all the doubters wrong.
That is crucial, okay? Yes. I'm just talking. Listen to it. All right, when challenged to do something, why is this guy over my head? Because I have the eye thing, okay? I need the guy over my face so I don't scare people. I don't want people vomiting on my show because they're like, look at your eye. So yeah, this guy's talking. Anyways, when challenged to do something out of your nature, all right, meaning like if you're not used to it, if it's outside your comfort zone, if it's like becoming an NBA basketball player, even though you aren't naturally that, all right, be proactive. Proactive means like you're like you are actually working on improving that thing as opposed to just sitting back hoping that it happens to you. Proactive is the best way to do it. It's like just do it, basically, like the Nike slogan. If you want to be proactive, you want to, 1, ask for help. That's the part that people mostly miss right there. That first part, people miss a ton because they're so, I don't know, they think that they just can't do it. They're just like, they think if I can't do it alone, I shouldn't do it. Or like maybe they think, oh, I don't want to like, make other people have to do like my job, or maybe they won't want to help me, or maybe they're just like too proud to ask for help. They're like, oh, well, no one else needs help. No, everyone needs help, and it's the best thing to do is ask for help. One of the greatest people of all time asked for help. That was Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't just have a dream. He told everybody about his dream. It was like, can you guys help me out? All right. So yes, never be too big to ask for help, and then start with baby steps. And then slowly increase your load. You can't just start with it all, obviously, because you can't go 12 hours a day workouts, but you must start with somewhere. So those of you guys who haven't posted homework at all, that's the somewhere. That's why I want you guys to post anything. Just start anywhere at all. But if you refuse to start because it's not the greatest thing ever, that's bad. So start with baby steps and then increase your load. Then the last one is constantly envision the end result constantly envision the end result and proving all the doubters wrong. So imagine yourself in the NBA. Imagine yourself like absolutely making everyone feel like a moron because they didn't believe in you. And you picture that every freaking day. All right? You don't stop thinking about that stuff. You don't take it out of your mind. You don't come to the realization that, oh, well, realistically, I can't make it or whatever. No, you keep going and going and going and going, and you keep envisioning yourself to be there. So again, I will reiterate, if you want to make the NBA, all right, ask for help. Start with baby steps and then slowly increase your load. And then envision yourself kicking butt. That's it. Amen. Story of the day. All right, don't forget that. Let's check out some news. All right, the news story today. What is this thing? Oh, the NBA is overseas. All right, they were in France, and they're trying to become even more of a global game.
Wembanyama thought about the step back, gives it up, CP3. Now Wemby, got it!
And Wembanyama killed it, guys. I mean, he was just like everywhere. He definitely showed out for his countrymen. All right, I think it's one of the biggest basketball, like most popular basketball games ever watched. like in the history of the world. Is it the world? I don't even know. But Wembanyama, I mean, was doing absolutely everything, and yeah, I mean, like, this is just he's just nonsense. This is going to become a more global game so fast because of him, and I don't know. It's crazy. Do they need to go abroad to get better ratings? Do we have like too many sports here to like watch them correctly? Like, is there just like too much stuff for us to do to not appreciate it? They're gonna start having more and more of the NBA overseas. If we don't watch ourselves, and we're gonna be like, have you ever been to an NBA game? Well, no, they're all in Rome. All right, so we gotta figure this thing out. We gotta start watching the NBA so they don't just like ditch us and go elsewhere, because this thing is taking off everywhere else. All right, what's my reaction to something? Oh, this is a basketball hoop. Let's check it out.
Notice anything strange about this backboard? It doesn't matter where I shoot on it, the ball goes in. Look at that. How does it know? They say a magician shouldn't reveal their tricks, but this one's too cool not to show. Also, if you can't make it in with this hoop, you deserve to lose. I wrote software to figure out the most optimal backboard possible, and then...
So he wrote software to figure out a basketball hoop, and then he made it, and now he can't miss a basketball shot. Would you guys like this basketball hoop? I mean, would that make it easier for you guys? I feel like people they just wanted to make the game easier and easier and easier. Is this the shortcut that everybody wants? I just want every shot to go in? Or should you understand that no matter where on the basketball, like, think about this. On the backboard, there's like an infinite number of spots, right? You can hit it to the left, to the right, center, off to the left by 2 inches, by 3 inches, anywhere that you want, right? Most of the backboard, I would say like 90% of it, has a spot that you can hit it in which the ball will still go in if you add enough spin or you shoot from the right angle. All right? And I think someone like Kyrie Irving's a perfect example where he's figured out those spots. So you can't block his shot everywhere. No one, not even Wemby, can cover the entire backboard with one stroke. So as long as you can hit the backboard in some way, once you hit the backboard, they can't block it after that, because now it would be goaltending. So to learn the backboard without cheating like this would be pretty cool. But with that said, what this guy just did, I like the math of it all. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's neat. Would I want to play with it? Maybe for like a few minutes or so. But I wouldn't purchase it. All right, but yeah, it is pretty cool. I love the fact that this guy loves basketball. All right, let's check the next thing. All right, what is this one? An interview? Oh, I am loving these Brendan Haywood interviews. I kind of knew him as a player. He's like a big guy. I mean, I just kind of knew him. I didn't like really know him. Now that he's like in this realm, he's so good at this. Soon he'll have like his own podcast or something. He'll be like on ESPN. I don't really know where he's headed, but he's fun to watch. Let's see what he has to say today.
You could tell certain guys don't watch basketball. Hey, true story. We're in Philadelphia. I ain't gonna say this guy's name because he'll get out there and he'll go crazy on the internet. Guy on my team in Philly, he walks out, go to the bus, comes back, he had forgot something. He was like, yo, man, like Philly team doctor was talking about he wanted to work with me on my hands and how to catch and this, that, and the third. I said, what? So I'm like, why is the Philly team doctor talking to one of our rookies? Walk out there, we look to the right. The doctor he's talking about is Dr. J. On my mama.
No way.
On my mama. He had no clue. No clue who Dr. J was. Julius Erving, Julius who? Had no clue. So some guys at the highest level do not watch basketball. Had no clue who Dr. J was.
Okay, so yes, that is a crazy story because I've told you guys before, I didn't think that there were any top recruits or like top NBA basketball players who could possibly make it without knowing the history of the NBA. That's why we have you guys watch the history of hoops. All right, but yes, there was a player, and I looked it up to see who he was talking about. He's talking about, I don't know where it is. He was talking about, who was he talking about? He wasn't talking about Michael Okondi. He's talking about the guy from the Wizards, where that Michael Jordan drafted. Let me see. Jordan, Wizards draft pick. I forgot the guy's name, but he's an idiot. And he like be cussing people out on the internet and stuff like that. He's a crazy person. But I really forgot his name. Let's see. Jordan, oh my goodness. I can't believe that. Oh, Kwame Brown. That's who he was talking about. All right, so Kwame Brown didn't watch the NBA growing up, and he was the number one pick, and he found out really, really quick. All right, I'm gonna say, guys, if you're trying to be a professional cook and you don't know the history of cooking, if you've never eaten food before, you're not gonna be great at cooking. You have to know this game inside and out to have a chance, because that's why the game's been proved. That's why when people were like, these players today would have killed in the 80s, and it was like, no, they learned from the 80s. And the 80s players learned from the 70s. All right, the 90s players learned from the 80s. The 2000s learned from them. That's how the game improves, by learning from each other. But if you've never watched the game, how good can you possibly be? All right, so don't just watch these games. Watch the history of it. Look at our history of Hoops channel on our channel section. But like, watch whole games. Look to see what Michael Jordan did. Look to see how Larry Bird played. Look to see how like Steph Curry started his career. Like, watch all this stuff. If you don't have enough time, then basketball don't have enough time for you. If you don't have enough time for basketball, basketball don't have enough time for you. All right. So yes, know your history. Don't be like Kwame Brown. All right, seriously, dude, it's just so surreal and weird that you think that you can be a pro and you don't know anything about basketball. All right, like you don't know anything about. It's like trying to go off to war and not knowing who George Washington is. What are you fighting for? You're not developing that whole passion. You guys are missing a whole section of like everything that it means to be a professional if you don't know the history of it. So yeah, that's my rant. All right, and speaking of rants. All right, we're coming back to the last thing. What do we have here?
KD's got it caught sharp. Right up in his waist. Teams take advantage of
Okay, so someone shows all of KD's best shots. And then underneath, in true KD fashion, is KD commenting. But KD's commenting this time, not talking trash about the poster. He's talking trash about himself. He said, these are bad shots. Now, I don't know if he's trolling, joking around, or if he's being genuine. That wasn't a bad shot, was it? I think what he's saying, is these are mid-range shots, and that people love to say that they're bad shots, and he's like making fun of that. But with that said, I would say a number of his shots over someone's hand like that, they could be bad shots for anyone except for KD. Because he's so freaking tall and athletic. So he takes a bad shot and makes it a good shot because he can't even see the people underneath him. All right, but I think that KD's just making fun of that whole thing, saying that the mid-range shot is a bad shot. I had a coach in college. He told us we either shoot threes or we go all the way to the basket because of the percentages. And basically, when you shoot a three-pointer and you make like 40% of them, that's the same as shooting a layup making like 60% or something like that. But if you shoot a two-pointer, like that's about 50%. That's like the worst thing in the world. So something. Anyways, we had a player who would still shoot mid-range shots though. And his name is Paul Marigny, and he made his first mid-range shot during the game, and coach said, "Paul, don't shoot that shot." And Paul was like, oh my God, he's just like such a bad kid. Like, he actually had a kid in college. He would come in like big hoopty and stuff like that. I just go like blasting music. He was just like a nonsense guy. He like missed the whole semester because of grades. Okay, this is who Paul is. All right, he's doing really well right now. He's making like $300,000 a year playing pro still. Okay, but Paul went out and shot another mid-range shot, and then coach said, "Hey, Paul, you made that one again. You're getting lucky. I don't want you shooting those shots though." Then Paul went out there again right away and shot another one and made it. Coach called a timeout and said, only Paul's allowed to shoot those. So if you're able to make them, it doesn't matter. All right? If you can make a shot, it doesn't matter. So make your shots. Otherwise, maybe it is a bad shot. But I think any shot that KD throws up, probably a good shot. Anyways, quote of the day today. As I see you guys tonight, with my eye thing, maybe I'll wear some shades. Maybe I'll carry the character around with me, or maybe I'll just be humble. Yeah, maybe. That's the quote of the day. Be humble. I'll see you guys soon. Come to work hard, please. All right, talk to y'all later, man. That's my time. Reese's. Pieces.